capital values of real estate have gone down. And if they have gone down, it has been just a temporary blip. If you see a 5-year or a 6-year or a 10-year cycle, real estate, you cannot go wrong with real estate. So I request, it's a humble and a very positive request, keeping the interest of the customers in mind. Don't have to buy with Rustomjee, buy with any good developer, buy with any good branded developer. Just buy real estate, secure your future. It's one of the safest investments, keeping the balance of risk and reward in mind. The risks are very, very minimal, and the longer you stretch the period of your holding, which is the investment cycle, the lower your risk gets. Yeah. And today, people talk about risk in buying real estate. The biggest risk that people face in buying real estate is what if the delivery does not happen. And most branded developers have, in some way or the other, through financial assurances, through branded assurances, have covered that risk. So I would say waiting anymore would just be counterproductive for your interest, keeping your interest in mind. So go for it and be positive about it. Take an informed decision. Real estate is a decision of the head. It's a decision of the heart. Listen to both and just go for it. That's it. Impact real estate prices, or how will it impact? So that remains to be seen. Right now we can only speculate, we can only anticipate a positive thing. And yes, we've seen from human nature that if the consciousness, if the intention, jo niyat jo hoti hai, if the conscious and the niyat and the intention is positive, most probably the outcome also is positive. So that's human nature, and that's how the universe and the principle of the universe works. So GST has a positive intention in mind to streamline the taxes and to combine all the confusion of the various taxes into one box. And it will only, we feel, it has already been tried and tested in all the developed countries, and only positive things have happened, not only to the GDP of that country, but generally to the process of the taxation structure. We expect a lot of double taxation to be, streamlined, to be probably vanish altogether. And yes, hopefully, like I said, we can anticipate the cost, raw material cost, to be going down purely because the taxes will be rationalized in GST. And with hand on heart, I can tell you, at least I can speak for Rustomjee, and I hope the rest of the real estate fraternity will follow, is my confidence that we will definitely pass on this benefit to the customer as and when that happens. Yeah, another very important thing about GST, with all the positive intent that the government and everybody else is having behind that, the whole idea of GST is to rationalize taxation, make things clear, be transparent about the whole tax process, hopefully reduce the burden on the consumers. The biggest bane, the biggest challenge of GST was double taxation in a lot of formats, and debatable, of course. But here there's a very clear-cut double taxation in the form of the stamp duty. Developer has to pay a stamp duty on the land when they buy it or they purchase the land. And unfortunately, the customer also has to pay stamp duty once he purchases the product, once he goes to register his product. So we see that as a little unnecessary extra burden brought in by the GST. The government needs to go back to the drawing board, needs to put their heads together and, in all conscience, ask themselves, is this the right thing that they're doing? Why are they putting this additional? And it's a huge burden. 5% is a huge burden when you're buying properties worth in crores. So I think somewhere a relook needs to be taken, relook needs to take place in this aspect, yes. There you are.